Welcome back to Talk About It in English, the channel that helps you talk about real life in clear, natural English. Today, we are going to break the most dangerous habit you have in English, the nod of shame. Picture this. It is Monday morning, you are in the lobby of your apartment building, and your landlord is pointing at the recycling bins, speaking incredibly fast about compost rules, pickup times, and potential fines. You have absolutely no idea what he is saying, but you just stand there, smile, nod, and say, "Yes, okay, sure."
I used to do this constantly when I first moved to London. I was so terrified of looking stupid or slow that I agreed to a cleaning schedule I didn't understand, and it literally cost me a £50 fine because I put the glass bottles in the paper bin.
In this video, I am going to give you the 3 control phrases to pause any native speaker instantly, so you never have to fake it again.
You know, Lily, that story about the fine is 100% true. It is actually one of my most embarrassing memories.
It is painful because it is so relatable, James. We call it the nod of shame. It is that moment when your brain stops understanding, but your head keeps moving up and down.
Exactly. It feels like a trap. You nod once because you missed one word. Then you miss the second sentence. Now you've been nodding for 10 seconds. If you stop now and say, "I don't understand," you admit that you were lying for the last 10 seconds.
That is the trap. You feel like you have passed the point of no return. You think that if you stop the person, they will get angry, or they will think your English is bad, so you just hope the conversation ends quickly.
But the problem is, usually the conversation ends with a question. The landlord looks at you and says, "So, is that clear?" And you say yes. And then you walk away with zero information and a lot of anxiety.
The cost of the nod of shame is high. It costs you money, like your fine. It costs you opportunities. And mostly, it costs you your confidence. Today, we are going to change your mindset. You are not a passive listener. You are a driver. And every driver needs a brake pedal.
I like that image, because when a native speaker talks too fast, it feels like a car going downhill without brakes.
Exactly. We are going to install 3 different brake pedals in your English today. These are tools to stop the flow of information without being rude. In fact, using these tools makes you look smarter, not stupider.
That is hard to believe. I always feel like interrupting makes me look like a beginner.
It is actually the opposite. Beginners nod and smile at everything. Advanced communicators clarify. They check. They verify. When you use the techniques we are going to practice today, you take control. You show the other person that you value what they are saying enough to want to get it right.
Okay, I am ready to install these brakes. What is the first one?
The first technique is called the echo. This is your emergency brake. You use this when you hear a specific word you do not know.
This happens to me all the time. Someone uses a slang word or a technical term, and my brain just freezes on that one word.
Right. And usually, learners try to construct a full sentence to ask about it. They think, "Oh, excuse me, I am sorry, but could you please tell me what that word means?"
That takes too long. By the time I say that, they are 3 sentences ahead.
Exactly. It is too heavy. Instead, use the echo. You simply repeat the word you didn't understand, but you say it with a rising intonation, like a question.
Just the word? Nothing else?
Just the word. Let's go back to our landlord scenario. Imagine I am the landlord. I say, "Make sure you put all the vegetable peels in the chute."
Okay, in this scenario, I have no idea what a chute is.
Right. So if you are nodding, you just say, "Okay," and then you stand there holding your vegetable peels forever.
But if I use the echo?
You just wait for me to stop, and you say, "The chute?"
The chute?
Yes, just like that. Let's try it. I am the landlord. "Hey, James, don't forget to lock the deadbolt at night."
The deadbolt?
Yeah, the top lock on the door. It's extra security.
Ah, got it.
See what happened there? You didn't say, "I am sorry, my English is bad." You didn't say, "Please explain." You just echoed the word.
And because I made it a question, you automatically explained it. It forced you to give me the definition.
Precisely. It is a natural reflex for native speakers. If you repeat a word as a question, we explain it. It is seamless. It doesn't stop the flow of the conversation, it just pauses it for a microsecond.
This is great because it requires almost zero grammar. I don't have to conjugate anything, I just have to catch the sound.
Let's try one more. Imagine we are at work. I say, James, can you have the deck on my desk by noon?
The deck?
Oh, the presentation slides, the PowerPoint.
Understood.
Perfect. If you hadn't asked, you would have been wondering what a deck is all about. Maybe you would have gone to buy a pack of playing cards.
Or built a wooden patio in your office.
Exactly. The echo saves you from disaster. But there is a trick to it, James. You have to get the music right.
The music? You mean the intonation?
Yes. If you say it with a flat voice, like the deck, it sounds like you are confirming. It sounds like a statement. You must go up at the end. The deck?
The deck?
The chute?
The chute?
The deadbolt?
The deadbolt?
That rising sound is the universal signal for please explain this. It works in almost every language, but it is especially powerful in English because we use it constantly.
So that is the emergency brake for a specific word. But what happens when I understand the words, but I don't understand the meaning? Like, I know what Tuesday means, and I know what 3 o'clock means, but the sentence was too complex.
That brings us to our second brake pedal. This is the rephrase check.
The rephrase check. This sounds a bit more advanced.
It is, but it is the most professional tool you can own. This is for when the speaker gives you complex instructions, dates, or rules. You are not asking for a definition, you are asking for confirmation.
So this is to stop the landlord scenario where he says, trash is Tuesday, but only black bags, and green bags are Thursday unless it is a holiday.
Exactly. If you nod at that, you are doomed. You need to stop him and rebuild the sentence in your own words. The magic phrase here is, so you mean.
So you mean?
And then you finish the sentence with what you thought you heard, even if you are wrong.
Wait, even if I am wrong? Isn't that embarrassing?
No, it is actually better if you are wrong now than if you are wrong later. If you say, so you mean green bags are on Tuesday? And he says, no, green bags are Thursday. You just saved yourself a fine.
That is true. It feels terrifying to say the wrong thing, but it is actually the smartest way to get the right information.
Let's practice this. I'm going to give you a confusing instruction. I want you to use so you mean to check. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, James, we are meeting at the cafe, but not the one on Main Street, the one by the park. And try to get there by 3:15 so we can get a table before the rush.
Okay, that was a lot. So you mean we are meeting at the park cafe at 3:15?
Exactly. And I would say, yes, that's right. You filtered out all the extra noise about Main Street and the rush, and you just checked the critical facts.
That feels really good. It feels like I am taking the chaos you threw at me and organizing it.
That is exactly what you are doing. And notice the grammar. So you mean, followed by a normal sentence. You don't need complex question structures.
Can I use this at work?
You must use this at work. If your boss says, I need this report done, but don't worry about the financials, just focus on the summary and get it to me EOD, you should not just say, okay.
Right. I should say, so you mean you only want the summary by the end of the day?
Perfect. And your boss will think, wow, James is really on top of this. He clarifies things.
It changes the dynamic. I'm not the confused student anymore. I'm the active collaborator.
Yes, there is another variation of this phrase that is really nice. You can say, just to check.
Just to check.
Just to check, you want the summary, right?
Just to check. The green bags are for Thursday?
It is very polite. It sounds like you are being careful, not that you are deaf.
I like that distinction. Being careful versus being confused.
One more drill on this. I'm going to go really fast. The alarm code is 4452, but you have to press star first, and if it beeps twice, do it again.
Whoa, okay. So you mean I press star, then 4452?
Yes. See? You didn't catch the part about the beeping, but you checked the most important part. If the beeping part was critical, I would correct you. I would say, yes, but remember, if it beeps, do it again.
This takes the pressure off me to understand 100% of the audio stream instantly. I can miss things as long as I check the things I caught.
Precisely. You are allowed to miss things. You are not a recording device. You are a human being engaging in a conversation. The rephrase check is your tool to bridge the gap between what you heard and what is true.
Okay, Lily, I love the echo and the rephrase check. But sometimes people just talk way too fast.
Yes, the speed demons.
Even if I echo, they explain the word too fast. Even if I rephrase, they correct me too fast. I just need everything to slow down.
This is where we need the third brake pedal, speed control.
The problem is, I hate asking people to slow down. It makes me feel like a child. Please speak slowly. It feels humiliating.
I agree. Please speak slowly can feel a bit robotic, and saying my English is bad is the worst thing you can do.
Why is that the worst? I mean, it is honest.
Because when you say my English is bad, you are insulting yourself. You are lowering your status. And often the other person feels awkward. They don't know what to do. They might just stop talking to you because they think it is too hard.
So what do I say instead?
You need a phrase that is confident but honest. My favorite one is, could you slow down a little? My English is still warming up.
My English is still warming up. I have never heard that before.
I love it because it implies that your English is there. It is just cold, like a car engine in winter. It suggests that in 5 minutes you will be fluent.
It's optimistic.
It is, and it makes people smile. Sorry, could you slow down? My English is still warming up today.
It sounds much more social. It sounds like, hey, bear with me, rather than I am incompetent.
Exactly. Another variation is, I am still learning, so could you speak a little slower?
That is straightforward.
It is, but notice I didn't say, please speak slowly. I said, could you speak a little slower? It's a request, not a command.
Let's try the warming up one in the landlord scene. You are speeding again.
Okay. Look, if you leave the bike in the hallway, it is a fire hazard, and the council will write us up, so move it by tonight.
Sorry, could you slow down a little? My English is still warming up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the bike. It's a fire hazard. You need to move it.
Wow, you completely changed your tone.
I did. When you asked me to slow down with confidence, I realized, oh, I'm going too fast. I didn't think, oh, James is stupid. I thought, oh, I am being unclear.
That is a huge difference. You took responsibility for the clarity.
Most native speakers are not trying to confuse you. They are just on autopilot. They forget. Your job is to snap them out of autopilot.
And using a phrase like warming up keeps the mood light. It's not heavy and dramatic.
Right. It keeps the connection open. Before we put all these pieces together in a final simulation, I want to take a quick second to ask you a favor. If you are finding these phrases useful, if you can see yourself using the echo or the rephrase in your real life, please subscribe to the channel.
We are building a library of these practical, real-world strategies every single week. We want to help you handle your job, your travels, and your daily life without the stress.
So hit that subscribe button and let's keep building your confidence together.
Okay, Lily, I feel armed. I have the echo for single words, I have the rephrase check for complex ideas, and I have speed control for the fast talkers.
It is time to go back to the lobby. It is Monday morning. I am the landlord. I am in a rush. I am going to throw a lot of information at you.
And I am not going to nod. I promise.
Good. Let's see if you can survive this interaction and actually understand what I need. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, James, listen, the exterminator's coming tomorrow between 9 and 12, so I need you to clear out the cabinet under the sink.
The exterminator?
Yeah, the bug guy for the ants.
Ah, okay.
So he needs access to the pipes, so everything under the kitchen sink has to go on the counter, and also keep the cat in the bedroom.
So you mean I need to empty the cabinet under the sink before tomorrow morning?
Yes, exactly, by 9 a.m.
And what was the part about the cat? Could you say that again, a little slower?
Sure, just keep the cat in the bedroom. We don't want him getting out when the door is open.
Got it. Cabinet empty, cat in the bedroom, tomorrow at 9.
Perfect. Thanks, James.
Wow, that felt completely different.
How did it feel compared to the knot of shame?
It felt active. I felt like I was working, but I wasn't panicking. When I didn't know exterminator, I just echoed it. You explained it instantly.
And when I gave you the list of instructions, you rephrased it. So you mean empty the cabinet?
And then I actually missed the cat part because I was thinking about the cabinet, so I asked you to repeat it.
And did I look angry?
No, you just repeated it.
Because you were engaging with me. You were solving the puzzle with me. That is what conversation is. It is not a test where you have to get a perfect score on the first listen. It is a tennis match. You hit the ball back.
And the result is, I know exactly what to do tomorrow. I won't get a fine. I won't let the cat out.
And you practiced your English. Every time you use these tools, your English gets better because you are getting real input that you actually understand.
When you nod, you learn nothing. When you clarify, you learn the word exterminator.
Exactly. The knot of shame blocks learning. The clarification loop accelerates learning.
This is a game changer for me, but I know it is scary to start.
It is scary. Your body wants to nod. It is a survival instinct. You want to hide.
So how do we break the habit?
We need a challenge, a concrete challenge for this week.
I'm listening.
For the next 7 days, I want you to ban the word yes when you don't understand.
That is a hard rule.
If you catch yourself nodding when you are confused, I want you to stop, take a breath, and use just one of the techniques we learned.
Start with the easiest one. Start with the echo.
Yes. If the barista asks you something and you miss a word, echo it. The receipt? The sugar?
Or if your colleague talks too fast, try the speed control. My English is warming up.
Just try it once, just once, and see what happens.
You will see that the sky doesn't fall. The other person doesn't scream, they just help you.
And that smaller win will give you the confidence to do it again.
Exactly. Communication is not about being perfect. It is about connecting, and you cannot connect if you are pretending.
Be brave enough to ask.
Be brave enough to chep.
You've got this.
Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you in the next one.